What's up, everybody? It's Coach Mike with Elite Performance. Today, I want to talk to you about something that comes up a lot in my work. I hear this all the time from a lot of different people, but it's the whole premise of an alkaline diet. Number one, an alkaline diet existing, an alkaline diet, a plant-based diet is alkaline, and all of these things make it really, really good for you. And the whole premise of if you eat a meat-based diet, then your body is acidic, and the plant-based diet will make your body alkaline, and it's all nonsense, is what I'm saying. And as always, do your own research. Make sure I'm telling you the truth. Now, I'm going to be quoting a lot of the work, well, not work, but philosophy of Dr. David Getoff, David, Getoff. I'll be quoting a lot of his stuff, but a lot of what I'm about to tell you just comes from education and understanding pH and alkalinity and how the body works. Let's get into it. So first, what is a pH scale? The pH scale goes from 1 to 14, okay, with 7 being neutral. All right, so anything under 7 on the pH scale is considered considered acidic, and anything above 7 is alkaline. All right, so person A says to person B, you eat this kind of diet full of meat and your body is acidic and that's a bad thing. Well, let's look at first what in the body even has the ability to be acidic or alkaline. All right, there are only 3 things in your body that can be acidic or alkaline. They are your blood, your saliva, and your urine. That's it. Okay? These 3 things being acidic and or alkaline are going to affect your whole body's health. Okay, so you can't have an acidic lung, but you can have acidic blood that affects the lung, and so on and so forth with everything. All right, blood, saliva, urine. Those are the only 3 things that can be acidic in the body. So let's examine these 3. Now, if you're a normal, healthy individual, then your blood pH is somewhere around 7.4 to 7.46. Okay? Now, the way I can tell you unequivocally that your blood is not ever acidic is because if your blood drops below 7, you're dead. That's it. You're not here. No ifs, no ands, no buts. You're dead. All right? It's impossible for your blood to be acidic. At 7.2, you're sick. You're in the hospital sick. Probably clinging on to life then. And that's 7.2. All right? Your blood cannot be acidic. Your body has intelligence. Okay? Your body has what's called buffering systems. And these buffering systems work for everything. It works to keep your body in balance, in homeostasis. Okay? So you can be eating the worst diet on earth and your blood's still not going to be acidic. Now, you may be sick, but your blood's not going to be acidic because what the body's going to do is use the buffering systems. The first one is going to go to is your bones because it's going to pull calcium out of your bones in order to help buffer the acidity. So if you're eating a really bad diet and it's full of acid and your body's not getting rid of it, then one of the first things going to happen to you is maybe arthritis and osteoporosis, bone issues. Now, I'm not saying that acidity or alkalinity are 100% connected to, bone issues, but they are, it is a big part of the pie. So, number one, impossible for your blood to be acidic. If your blood's acidic, you're dead, right? Blood is 7.4, 7.46. Now, the next thing that can be acidic is your saliva. Now, again, in a normal, healthy individual, saliva is somewhere around 7.0 to 7.5. All right, bigger range and closer to acidic. Now, the reason your saliva needs to be, closer on the end to more acidic, and the reason why it's bad if it goes, further away, like, 7.5 is not that good, is because the process of digestion begins in your mouth. It begins with chewing and saliva. So saliva needs to be more on the acidic scale so that digestion works properly. The further saliva goes away from 7.0, you're going to have digestive problems. All right. If saliva drops below 7.0, you're going to have digestive problems. So saliva falling out of range in either direction is not going to be a good thing. The last thing that could be acidic is urine. Now, remember, the whole ideology and premise is that if your body is alkaline, then you're good. Right? Everything's all right. Your body's alkaline. Now, in cancer patients, urine is about 8.0 to 8.4. Extremely alkaline. That's in cancer patients. All right? That's not good. What's going on there is that one of the buffering systems is urine. You eat a highly acidic diet. One of the ways your body gets the acid out is through urine. So if you're eating a lot of acid, then maybe your urine is 3.5. If you're not eating that much, maybe it's 6.5. But either way, your urine should be acidic. If it's alkaline, you're on your way to cancer. So that destroys like that entire myth that your body can even be that. It's like it's impossible for even that to happen. And in the case of urine, you want it to be acidic. Alkaline urine is not good. Now, the other part is the notion that a plant-based diet is even alkaline to begin with, because it's not. It's very acidic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a list of some really acidic foods. And a lot of them are going to be plant-based. Now, in being fair, I'm going to list the meats first. Okay, here are the top acidic meats, and they're all processed meats for the most part. You got bacon, all kinds. No matter if it's beef, pork, turkey, doesn't matter. Bacon is extremely acidic. Hot dogs, sausage of all kind, deli meat, smoked meats, things like country ham, extremely acidic. Across the board, 100%. Now, why are they acidic? Are they acidic because of the meat? Because if they are, I just told you that meat, all of it, is pretty much bad. That's not the case. They're acidic because of the chemicals that are added to processed meats in the form of nitrates and nitrites. Nitrates and nitrites are preservatives. So what I'm saying is those foods are bad because of specifically two chemicals that we know about. So what do? You purchase them without nitrates and nitrites. That's an easy fix. Now, you're probably not going to find those at your local grocery store. Even if your local grocery store says something like, earth or healthy or whatever they say in your city, it's probably not nitrate and nitrite free, even if it says it on the label. This is why. Nitrates and nitrites are preservatives. So if any of those meats exist in your local grocery store's refrigerated cooler, then they're probably lying to you, because those meats have to be frozen. If they're not frozen, they're going to go bad really, really fast. So even if the packaging says no nitrates and no nitrites, that just means they put something else in there that I don't know about, because those meats need to be frozen long term. Now, obviously, deli meat wouldn't be frozen, but it wouldn't be the only thing that would be not frozen that day is what they know they can sell. Everything else would have to be frozen because it's going to start going bad real fast. So for the acidic meats, it's kind of easy. Just don't purchase the ones with nitrates and nitrites. Now, these foods I'm about to name are extremely acidic, and they're all plants. You got some things like cashews, peanuts, pecans, walnuts, macadamia nuts, chestnuts, lemons, limes, plums, grapes, pomegranates, tomatoes, coffee, pineapple, peaches, mangoes, oranges, raisins, cabbage, beets, corn, broccoli, collard greens, grains, soy, which is a real big part of a plant-based diet, and margarine, which is a really big part of a plant-based diet. Now, I'm not giving you this information to say don't be a vegan or a vegetarian, lacto vegetarian, pescatarian, whatever. I'm not saying that. If that's what you want to do, do what you want to do. I'm only giving you the information. All right. I'm telling you that the whole notion of your body being acidic, first of all, that whole thing is not right. And you want your urine to be acidic, and it's impossible for your blood to be acidic. And if your saliva goes too far in either direction, you're going to have problems. And this whole thing that eating plants is alkaline, because they're not. Because if we look at it as how many different meats are acidic in comparison to how many different plants, because the list that I just gave you is not even a fifth of the plants that are acidic. So, that whole notion, that whole premise, that whole philosophy is false. It's not real. It makes no difference. From what perspective, it's just not real. When it comes down to it, the biggest problem, if we're talking about food, is toxins and chemicals. Okay, there are indigenous people in South America eating monkeys. There are indigenous people in Africa eating porcupines, and both tribes are living well into the hundreds. They don't get sick. They're healthy. I don't want to eat a porcupine or a monkey. But what I'm saying is, it's not the meat, is the preservatives and the toxins and the poisons and the feed and the process of slaughter. It's a lot of different factors that go into making something bad. It's not bad in and of itself. And so, you can't try to demonize certain things. And like I said, I just wanted to clear up the notion of acidic